Hey, yo everybody, welcome back to another guide brought to you by your friend Lestion. Today we're diving into the latest Peacekeeper menace to hit the battlefield, Kiana. So grab your snacks and let's jump straight into it. Kiana is a balanced stat unit with decent attack and HP. At first glance, this unit is meant to be used as a black hole, like an enhanced version of Trixie. She's a solid counter against Ravenna and the model behind her, but to really make Kiana shine, you need to place her at the right moment because she doesn't have any survivability skills. Abilities. Ability 1. Passive. Kills any enemy mercenary with health less than 35%. Okay, this is a tricky ability to fully understand, unless you're a human calculator. But let's break it down in a way that actually makes sense. First important thing, the 35% HP threshold is set at the moment Kiana is summoned. That means if an enemy unit is already damaged and below 35% HP of its base HP before you summon Kiana, it will not die instantly. The check only starts after she enters the field. Some damage needs to be done first. If another ability says set in its description, then that new HP value becomes the unit's new 100% HP. So you will need to reduce up to 35% of that new value in order to make this ability trigger. So for example, if Lola sets an enemy HP to a lower number while Kiana is already in play, Kiana's passive will not trigger, because that new value is now considered full HP. What happens then if my unit has HP buff and got suppressed? Well, the same concept applies. If one HP buff unit gets suppressed, the HP returns to its original value, and that value becomes the new 100% HP. And yes, Kiana's passive won't trigger unless the damage is high enough to reach 35% HP of the new HP value. Now, complicated explanation aside, here's the simple version. If Kiana is in play, any enemy unit that drops to 35% HP or lower dies instantly. Think of it as a kill switch. And yes, shields works exactly as you might think. Just like Gia's kill switch, which can be blocked by shields, Kiana's passive can also be blocked. That said, this usually won't matter in practice, unless you're trying to deal damage through shields first using Hell Siphon abilities. Kiana will normally get rid of shields very easily thanks to her suppression and damage abilities. This ability is the same at every level, which makes it extremely powerful when combined with units that can help reduce the enemy HP quickly. Ability 2. Suppression Trigger deals damage to all enemies equal to 95% at max level of her own attack. This is the core ability of Kiana and the only one that scales with level. That means your priorities are highest percentage value of this ability and highest possible attack on Kiana. This ability alone makes triggering her first ability way easier. Whenever any suppression is triggered, even your opponents, Kiana deals massive damage to all enemy units. Sadly, the max value is only reached at Reborn 7. But here's the good news. The difference between R6 and R7 is only 9%, so Reborn 6 is the real competitive goal. You might think, hey, Reborn 5 max value is 78%, only 17% less than Reborn 7. That's not that bad. Well, it actually is. Because with lower Reborn levels, you also have lower base attack, meaning your damage ends up being almost half of what Reborn 7 can do. So yeah, it matters. Ability 3. On attack, apply suppression to the attack enemy and the enemy behind them. Finally, another suppression unit, and a really good one. Suppressing 2 units with a single attack is what completes Kiana's combo loop. Worth mention that if Kiana is blind, this ability does nothing. If Kiana attacks Ravenna, she will suppress Ravenna and her model without being transformed. If you attack Kirsten, Kiana gets suppressed, but Kirsten does not. Shield abilities will still trigger, means Selena, Kitty, Lola, etc. And for some reason, when Kitty with outfit is on the field, Kiana's suppression can behave weirdly. If Kiana destroys a shield and Kiana ends up blinded, the shield breaks shield-based abilities triggers, but Kiana's suppression don't. So be really careful in those situations. Outfit ability. On spawn, heals commander for 15% of her own attack. Simple but powerful. Another reason to stack as much attack as possible on Kiana. And it opens up new combo possibilities. Combos. Best commanders for her will be first Annabelle. No surprises here, Annabelle is Kiana's best commander. They work together like a magnificent, terrifying duet, deleting boards in no time. Inferno. If Kiana is already in play when Inferno triggers suppression, you'll basically wipe every non-immune unit, cause every time your opponent got a unit suppressed on summon, you will make tons of damage. Since Inferno's suppression will trigger first, reducing the opponent's HP to its original base value before Kiana's damage gets applied. Dragana. Since Kiana has 0 survivability, Dragana gives her protection and multi-attack. And yes, it gets dimensional. Marcella. Kiana being a peacekeeper makes her shine really well in a Marcella comp. Plus, it's one of the best ways to raise Kiana's attack really fast while giving her shields protection. Then we have 3 minor synergies, Alexa, Cyrex and Roxy. Alexa will give Kiana extra survivability plus her new robot dogs, and Alexa's third ability will help you kill your opponents really fast. Cyrex. Her models will help with suppression, and Kiana helps Cyrex's third ability purpose. And Roxy will help with damage with her boxes and also apply suppression. Wendy. In Cyrex comes, Wendy causes absolute chaos, damage, HP buffs, healing, and even though her ability outfit is a set value skill, it helps reduce high HP units to manageable values. Suppression units: Kirsten, Orin, Florence. No surprises here, while more suppression units the better for Kiana. If you protect your Kiana well, then having extra suppression units will keep Kiana's ability triggering like crazy. Kirsten is especially good, providing massive HP to Kiana and protection from natural counters if placed behind Kiana. Your enemy will naturally avoid that lane. Health boosters: Charlotte, Morana, Lucretia, Sharon, etc. Kiana needs a lot of health to stay in place since she doesn't have survivability skills. Charlotte and Sharon especially will give her both stats, so it's a really nice combo. Attack boosters: Naomi with outfit on, Rose, Kitty, etc. More attack equals more damage from Kiana's second and outfit abilities. Ismets. To me, these three are the best for it. Naomi shines here since Kiana leaves enemies at very low HP. Damage units: Grace, Vespina, Bloom, 16, Genie. Any damage unit will be benefit from Kiana's set of abilities and vice versa. Genie is especially nasty, triggering commander damage more often and buffing Kiana's attack every turn. Celia plus Brooke Android or Dragana. Second time I've mentioned this combo in my guides, and for good reasons. Although it depends on some factors, if your Celia is on the field, and then you summon Kiana and kill one unit with her, Kiana will not only clear the field, but give a lot of attack buffs to Celia, allowing her to finish the job in one blow. Shield units: Selena, Kitty, Hilda, Natasha, Lola, Leda, etc. As I mentioned, Kiana is really good in a shield comp. Healing, protection, attack boost, and cleanse. Almost everything Kiana needs to shine. Multi-attack units: Victoria, Faye. Standard combo: more attacks equals more damage. Healers: Dora, Belle, Cinta, Kaya, Sky, Ravenna, Florence, etc. Once you unlock Kiana's outfit ability, you will also open a brand new combo, and that is the healing combo with Cinta. Damage to enemies and commander, healing, clean, sustain, and HP buffs, a really good environment for Kiana, don't you think? Counters. No surprises here, Lorraine will make you think twice before placing your Kiana, since if you trigger suppression in a bad situation, then it could backfire to you and make you lose. Immune units. They won't get suppressed and will easily stop Kiana's combo. Marcella and shield units. Kiana triggers a lot of shields thanks to her abilities, so be really careful against a Marcella comp. Shield units can also block Kiana's skill switch ability in some scenarios, so be careful about it. Suppression units obviously will stop Kiana too. Blind units. As I mentioned before, if Kiana can land an attack, then all her combo will be stopped. Stun units will also stop her, and obviously agility units too. Pretty standard counters for her at this point. Attack reduction units, since it will stop the snowball and could control the damage output from Kiana's to a really low number. Like if Kiana's attack is reduced to 1 thanks to Salmon's ability for example, then Kiana won't do any damage if your percentage value is lower than 100%. And yeah, pretty much anyone with more attack or damage on summon than Kiana's health, like Vespina for example. You know she doesn't have any survivability, don't look at me like that. You know the deal. She's an either it works and you win, or it doesn't and she dies kind of unit. Relationship stats. As we can see at GM League, at level 20 we can reach plus 204 attack and plus 160 extra HP. Some really good buffs considering Kiana really needs both stats to handle in the battlefield. But remember how Kiana's second ability is the only one that scales with level? Well, for relationship, extra stats from level 21 to 30, that's really good news. If you manage to max out her relationships, you will have an extra 46% extra damage value, making a total of 141% damage value, making the investment in this really worth. Just by adding 4 levels, you can reduce the gap from R5 max value from R7 max value. Androids. SR androids Ruby, Chloe and Ramona are really good for Kiana, especially Ramona since you will be earning a lot of HP every time you kill a unit. Then you will have to choose one that fits your combo better. If you're playing in a poison comp, then a Kai will be your choice. If you're playing in a Marcella comp, then Amelia will be better. If you're playing in Dragana comp, then Brooke will be your choice, and so on. Final thoughts. If I had to set Kiana in my tier list, she will be on the anti-meta tier for now, because she's more orientated to counter Domino's constant spawning through her massive AoE damage and suppressing enemy units, and one of the best combos is literally a counter move with Inferno's suppression ability. Kiana is not a drop and forget unit. She requires good timing and proper setup. If you throw her on the field without support, she'll disappear faster than your ranking points after a bad queue. But if you summon her at the right moment, she can completely flip the game in your favor. Her power comes from synergy, not raw stats alone. Kiana shines the most when paired with suppression units, attack boosters, and protection. By herself, she is okay, but in the right comp, she becomes a walking reset button that forces your opponent to constantly play around her. She's extremely strong, but also extremely punishable. No survivability, no self-protection, no second chances. Blind suppression, attack reduction, or bad timing will shut her down instantly. She's a high-risk, high-reward unit, and that's exactly why good Kiana players stand out. Okay, comps. Annabelle comp. Kiana, Pixie, Omega, and Morana. Kirsten, Ravenna, and 2 other units you might like. In this case, I choose Naomi and Charlotte. Inferno. In this case, you don't really need to change your comfort units too much, cause it's a direct combo with Kiana, so just fit her in your comp. For example, this was my main comp, only thing I did was to trade Vespina for Kiana and worked nicely. So Kiana, Morana, Tora, Ravenna, Naomi, Kirsten or Lyssa, Pixie or Casey, and Omega. Marcella comp. In this case, you'll want as many shield and peacekeeper units as you can. So Kiana, Katie, Selena, Lola, Brittany, Hilda, Naomi, Florence or Kirsten, and Casey. And that's it for today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and if Kiana carried you, comment rage. And if she explode instantly, comment a skill issue. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.